Hello everyone, this is Dr.P.Syamala from the Department of MBA, International Business Studies, Acharya Nagarjuna University. And today's topic is regarding to Lewin'S change model. Okay, so uh, under this, we are going to study about the change process. Okay, why we have to learn about the change process means unless the behavior pattern of the employees change, okay, the change will have a little impact on the effectiveness of the organization. So therefore the resistance of employees should not be there if we want to implement change in the organization. They play important role. So the behavioral pattern of the employees is very important. Okay, so the change may be regarding the structural design, or else regarding the technology, regarding the training program, whatever it may be. Okay, but the employees, we have to, the organization should see that the employees should accept the change. Okay, and change their behavior according to the changes in the organization. So change is inevitable in nature. We all know that change is a common for every organization, irrespective of their scale and industry. So therefore, as business environment keep on changing, every organization need to evolve and need to implement necessary change time to time. Okay, so it also depends on various factors, like nature of the business, people involved in the process, or else how well people understand the importance of change and its process. All this depends upon the change. Okay, and if you see Lewin'S model, okay, he is considered basically as father of social psychology. Okay, so he shares a specific model for this change process. Okay, so uh, he had uh, given two forces. Okay, for a dynamic behavior of the employees in the organization. Okay, so like as we have studied in previous class in planned change. Okay, so what are those forces means driving force and restricting force. Okay, so depending upon those forces, the behavioral pattern of the individual will be there in the organization. So what is driving force means? Driving force means it draws people towards change. Okay, and restricting force means it prevents them from making the change. Okay, so driving force, if you see driving force, okay, it accepts the change, it drove towards the change. If you see resistance means, okay, or else restricting force means it prevents, okay, it prevents the change. So the driving forces are more stronger than resisting forces means, okay, if driving forces are more than restricting forces means definitely change occurs, definitely change occurs. Okay, if restricting forces are more means changes will not occur. Okay, so we can say that it is an equilibrium position. Okay, so uh, if you want to understand this change process, Lewin's model, for example, if we take ice means, okay, so ice, this is an, for example, if this is an ice cube. Okay, this ice cube, we have to change this ice cube into, first of all, water formation. Then if we want to this ice into cone, okay, then this solid ice, first of all we have to change this solid ice into water formation. Then afterwards I want to get in this cone shape. Okay, so change will happens from this unfreezing to changing process to refreezing stage. Okay, so how can means how can I apply to organization means, you have to melt the entire structure to its core before implementing changes and setting the organization up for a new structure. Okay, why? Because we are going for change. So when we are going for change means definitely you have to melt the entire structure of the organization to its core before implementing the change. Okay, by analyzing the thoughts, feelings and values that are behind current practices, you can implement change in a positive way. Okay, for this, top management have to direct the organization's thoughts by sharing their own thoughts, feelings, values that enforces the change. Okay, so once top management done, everyone will be on board. Okay, so uh, what we can say means Lewin model is regarding the behavioral pattern of individuals, how they will change their behavior according to the changes in the organization. For this, what are the forces? So, driving forces and restricting forces. So, how the change process will be done? Okay, so unfreezing, changing, refreezing. Under unfreezing, what we are going to study means unfreezing means basically if we want to see, okay, the old ideas. Okay, unfreezing means the old ideas and attitudes are set aside to give place to new ideas. Okay, unfreezing can happen once a set plan is in place. uh, then you have to communicate properly about the need for change to the people in the organization. So basically, unfreezing means it involves improving the readiness and willingness of people to change by making them realize the need of the change. So first of all, we have to mold the members of the organization, okay, for the readiness, for willingness, okay, and to realize the need of the change. What is the need, what is the real need, they have to realize. Okay, likewise, this need may arise due to the reasons may be any reason. Okay, so the need may be like a poor financial results, so that's why we are going to change. Or else worrying customer satisfaction, for that purpose we are going to change. Or else change in technology, for that purpose we are going to change. So the reason, whatever the reason may be, okay, so we are going to change. Okay, so the change, different reasons may be there. So depending upon those reasons, the need is this, so we are going to change. So this should be properly communicated. So you have to make people aware of the need for change. What is the need for change, so that they can accept the change at different levels. Okay, or else they will resist. Likewise, during this stage, effective communication plays a very important role. Why? Because in order to get desired support and involvement from the people of the organization, okay, in this changing process, definitely effective communication plays an important role. Okay, likewise, this first part of the change process is usually very difficult process and stressful process. Okay, if we say, why? Because we have to mold the people for the acceptance of change. So you may evoke strong reactions from people, okay, as they will show resistance from any kind of change, whatever the change may be. But at initial stage they will strongly react, okay, strongly resist. So by forcing the organization to re-examine its core, you effectively create a controlled crisis will be created by the organization, which in turn can build a strong motivation to seek out a new equilibrium. Okay, so Without this motivation, you won't get support and participation to bring meaningful change. Definitely, uh, you should a support can a support and participation can be attained from the people through proper motivation only. Okay, so that motivation may be related to the effective controlled crisis. So controlled crisis is nothing but giving rewards and punishments. Okay, if they accept, rewards will be given or else punishment will be given likewise. Okay, a control mechanism. Through control mechanism, through motivation, we can get support from the uh, from the people or the members of the organization. Okay, and for this, under this unfreezing, so finally what we can say means ramp up driving forces the direct behavior towards the intended change. Okay, so that is the unfreezing part. So definitely we are setting out outside the old ideas and now bringing new ideas. Okay, under this there are certain elements that were given by Edgar Sheen. Okay, regarding this unfreezing phase. Okay, he said that certain elements should be applied for this unfreezing process. Okay, so what are those elements means the physical removal of the individuals being changed from their accustomed routines, sources of information and social relationships. Okay, so physically removed by the removal of individuals should be made. Likewise, undermining and destruction of social support means, okay, you have to destruct any social support if there are regarding resistance to change. If there are any social groups, you have to destruct. Likewise, humiliating experiences should be created, demeaning experiences should be created to help individuals. Why? Because you have to make them to know about that their old attitudes and their old behaviors are not worthy. Okay, so and you have to motivate them regarding to towards change. Okay, likewise, consistent linking of reward with willingness. Okay, and punishment with unwillingness to change. These are some of the important elements to be followed while unfreezing process. Okay, and if you see about the changing process. Okay, unlike unfreezing, uh, changing. What we will see under changing process means adjusting an organization's behavior, thoughts, feelings. Okay, you have to adjust. So this stage can also be regarded as the stage of transition or the stage of actual implementation of change. Okay, so actual implementation, okay, means gradually old ideas are being replaced by the new ideas. Okay, actual implementation. Okay, so it involves the acceptance of the new ways of doing things. Okay, under this we can see acceptance. Okay, acceptance of new ways of doing things. So this is the stage in which the peoples are unfrozen and the actual change is implemented here. Okay, so during this stage, careful planning should be there, effective communication should be there. You have to encourage the involvement of individuals. Okay, so this transition stage is not that easy to uh, due to why, because it is not that easy means due to the uncertainties or people are fear of consequences of adopting a change process. Likewise, for example, the technology is going to be imported means they may feel that they may they loss of job. Okay, they may feel that they may lose their jobs by introducing technology, plant and machinery in the organization. So the it is the organization's responsibility to convince them to know about the benefit of the technology and also support them that the jobs will not they may not lose their jobs. Okay, so likewise, a proper planning should be there, effective communication should be there, and at the same time you have to encourage the involvement of individuals also. If there is involvement from the individual side, means they will try to know about the need of that change. Okay, then a positive reinforcement can be seen. So if you see here, during the phase of changing, individuals learn to behave in new ways. The individuals are provided with alternatives and of which to choose the best one. Okay, so Kelman explains the changing phase in terms of following elements. Okay, one is compliance, internalization, identification. Okay, so these are some of the changing phases elements. Okay, compliances occur when individuals are forced to change either by reward or by punishment. Compliance means aligning with our need. Okay, whatever the change is going to be done, now the employees are ready, individuals are ready to compliance with that change. But how means by either rewards or by punishments. By motivating them with means either positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. Okay. Now internalization means it occurs when individuals are forced to encounter a situation. Okay, and calls for new behavior. So if at all there is any situation that comes in the management, in the organization, okay, finally the individual has to face that situation, means at that time he definitely accept the change. So in changing process we will see the acceptance. Okay, acceptance. So for those, these elements will be seen. One is compliance. Compliance can be compliance. How the acceptance will get means through compliance. Compliance through rewards or punishments. Likewise, internalization means getting facing the problem. Okay, that particular individual is forced to encounter such a situation and calls for new behavior, means depending upon the changes in the organization, he also forced to behave in that manner. So in that way acceptance will be there. Likewise, identification means individual identifies, individual recognizes that various models provided in the environment are suitable to his personality. So this change will not affect any will not affect his personality. Okay, so it is suitable to his personality. So if the individual identifies, acceptance can be seen there. Okay, so these are the elements for changing process given by Kelman. Okay, then if you see about the refreezing, what is refreezing means? Refreezing is on the job practice. Okay, means implementation. Okay, refreezing or else freeze anything. Okay, it means that during this stage the people move from the stage of transition to a much more stable state, here accepted. Okay, from this acceptance to much more stable. Okay, stable here, stable state which we can regard as the state of equilibrium. So the stage of refreezing is the ultimate stage in which people accept or internalize the new ways of working or change, accept it as a part of their life and establish new relationships. Okay, so at this stage organizations must rewarded or recognized and provide positive reinforcement to accept the changes. Okay, so this is very very important. Why? Because during this phase individuals internalize the new beliefs, feelings, behavior learned in changing phase. Okay, he practices and experiments with new methods of behavior. Okay, and affective blends with his behavioral attitudes. All these can be seen under refreezing. Okay, for this definitely organizations must reward them, must recognize them, must give positive reinforcement them for them. Okay, so this is about all the process, change process. Okay, unfreeze, change and refreezing model that is given by the Kurt Lewin. Okay,